And welcome back, folks. This is U.S. Home Talk. We are live every Wednesday at noon Central Standard Time. Jason Walgrave here with Walgrave Real Estate Group and the Minnesota Real Estate Team at RE/MAX Advantage Plus. We've got the great mortgage, Michael Overson. With Luminate Bank, we have got our spectacular producer / insurance guru, Evan Little, with Paragon Insurance. Evan, do you have a company name for your production company? I think we should come up with one, like a really good creative one in the next week. How do you feel about that?
Concerned.
And are you in a tanning booth right now?
No, I'm having fun in the summer sun, obviously.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I thought you were working on your tan there for a little bit.
Folks, we got a good show today. We're going to be talking about ways to save on your summer utility bills. Best way to get a hold of us anytime during the week is our website, ushometalk.com. Be sure to check that out. We have all of our fantastic partners on there. You can connect directly with Mike, myself, Marcus. Marcus is off this week. He's actually in the great state of California doing a little Disneyland with his wife and 3 daughters. So I'm sure they're having a good time. We have a real estate hotline number, which is 612-234-7585. That is a 24-hour real estate hotline number. You can call, text that number anytime with your questions, all things real estate. You want to connect with any of our fantastic partners, all of which you can find at ushometalk.com. But you can call that number. We'll connect you directly with our great partners. So let's get rolling. 10 ways to save on your summer utility bills. Number 1, get your HVAC system ready. So in the Midwest in Minnesota, we've got some, I would say, extreme months sometimes, extreme weather. Winter can get very, very cold. The summer can get very, very hot. And so it's always a good idea to check the HVAC system. So your furnace going into winter. So in the fall, have that furnace checked, tuned up. And then in the summer months, in the spring, have it checked. Have the HVAC checked. Make sure everything is flowing the way it should. If you maintain your AC, it's going to last a lot longer. And if you don't, then it's going to cost you, $4, $5, $6 to have that replaced, and that's a painful check to write.
Absolutely. You say Minnesota can get hot in the summertime, and if we have people in Arizona listening to this right now, they'd be like, "Really? You really think it's hot up there?" So I saw something on the news the other day. Guess what their mean temperature has been? So the mean temperature, this is daytime, nighttime, everything. The mean temperature for this summer of 2024. So I think they do summer, which is the June 21st, which I believe is the official first day of summer. So they have measured the mean temperature in Arizona. I think it was Tucson. What do you think that mean temperature has been?
That includes the night? That's
the
24-hour?
Yep.
82 degrees?
98. It's a record. 98.2 is the mean temperature.
Oh, I'd be so miserable down there if it was just a constant 98 degrees or an average. Oh.
So, I remember my parents lived down there. So, like, even this spring when they were still down there, they're in Sioux Falls, South Dakota now. They come up for the summertime. But, it was like early April, mid-April, they were still down there getting ready to come back up to Sioux Falls here. And it was 10 o'clock at night, and it was still 103 degrees.
Oh.
But it's different. He's like, you can go out there and you won't sweat. It'll be like 105 degrees and you won't sweat.
It's dry heat. Yep.
Minnesota, it's 85 and muggy, and you are just, so it's, people say it's like, it's not always the temperature, right? Or just the temperature. The humidity up here will slap you in the face.
Yep, and that happens often here. 10 ways to save on utility bills this summer. Number 2, clean air filters and vents. Folks, so important, so important. I'm a big 30-day, every 30-day change those air filters in your furnace and AC and ducts. I think some of them say you can keep them in there for 90 days. I buy the less expensive ones, and then I change them out every 30 days. But really, really important to do this. Even if you got to put a reminder in your calendar, it can change how your AC performs. It will if you don't change your air filters, your AC will not last as long. It'll cost you more in energy costs. So make sure you get those air filters and vents cleaned.
And here's the thing too, you have more filters in your house than you think you do,
Yeah.
right? Everything's got a filter, right? Your furnace has a filter, your
Fridge.
humidifier has a filter, your air exchanger has like 2 in it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times those filters, like the air exchanger, you just take them out and you rinse them. Take them out, you rinse them, you let them dry and throw them back in. You don't have to buy new ones. That's just all it is. It's pretty quick and easy. But just know it's like everything in that utility room of yours where the mechanicals are, everything's got a filter on there. So
Yeah,
Get it
there's a
checked
lot
out.
of filters. We have the air, air. I don't even know what they're called. The air cleaners. You know, it's like a little tower, and we actually put them in all of the bedrooms, and so it keeps the air clean. It's got some UV cleaning abilities to it as well. But that we have to change those filters on those. But it makes a big difference. I mean, the air in our kids' bedrooms is different than the rest of the house because we've got those running, but you got to change the filters, got to keep them clean. Number 3, keep the blinds closed. We are definitely feeling that this time of year in Minnesota. If we keep the blinds closed, our house is significantly cooler than if we don't. If we forget to leave, especially in the back of our house, we've got where our great room is, we've got some rather larger windows. If those blinds aren't drawn before that sun starts, coming in, it gets really warm really quick. So keeping the blinds closed is a great way to save on your utility bill.
and it keeps those creepy neighbors out of your business as well.
Yeah. The weirdos.
Evan knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, keep the weirdos out.
Yep.
Evan, he agrees.
Look at
Number 4 on our list, lower your utility rates. So what this is talking about is a lot of times with utility companies, they have peak and off-peak rates. And so you can be strategic on those. Call your local utility companies. Find out if there's times of the day that it costs less to use those utility services, whether it's electric or gas. And so, but do some research on that. You can lower those utility rates based on what your municipality or what your local utility companies are offering. Number 5, this is a good one. Time your thermostat, folks. If you're not home, you do not need to have your temperature set to where it would be when you are home. And whether it's a Nest or whether it's just a programmable thermostat, and even if you have a 2-story, a lot of times 2-story homes, the bedrooms are upstairs. You're not spending a whole lot of time upstairs during the day, and so no need to keep that at the temperature, your sleeping temperature, which for us is a little bit lower. My family tends to sleep a little bit better when it's cooler upstairs, but no reason to keep it cool all day long when you're not even up there.
What are you setting your thermostat at, Jason?
I mean, in the summer it's like 71,
Okay.
70, 71. In the winter it's like 67.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're like 74 in the summertime,
Dang.
but it feels just as cool. You know what I mean? It's like we don't have.
You
It
adjust
doesn't
to
feel
right?
hot or nothing, right? That's just kind of the norm. And then in the wintertime, I don't even know where we put it there. I think it's at 72 because my wife, she'd be cold in Arizona, basically, is what it comes down to. She'd be like, feel my feet. And it'll be 98 degrees outside or whatever. And they'll be like, what's wrong with you? Like, is there blood flow still going to those things? Because why are they so cold? So, but summertime we do 74. Wintertime, I think we do 72, somewhere in there. And it seems to be good.
Yep. Evan agrees.
What about you, Evan?
During the day, during the summer, I just turn the AC off most days. Like my thermostat, I think, is set to 80 right now. Like, it just doesn't kick on during the day. It gets pretty warm in here, but that's okay. I just have it kick on in the afternoon and cool the house back down and sleep at about 71, I think. 72, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Yep. There you go.
Next on our list, switch to LED bulbs. You're going to save a lot of money on the cost of keeping those lights on, but also LED lighting is generally less hot. It's not going to give off as much heat as traditional bulbs are. We've slowly over the years been switching ours out. A couple of years ago, I switched out all the can lights in the front of the house. There was like 15 of them, but the great thing is I think it was at least 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I did this. Haven't had to change a light bulb at all. And where before that it was I felt like every month or two climbing up there and screwing around on the ladder and roof. And so LED bulbs are great. They'll save money. They don't give off as much heat. Great idea.
Do yourself a favor. It's Prime Day today, second day. So Prime Day was yesterday and today. Huge sales. You can probably pick up some LED bulbs pretty dang cheap. Go order a bunch of them on Amazon today. Get a good deal on them. Swap them out. You'll feel the difference.
Yeah, good idea. That's right. Amazon Prime Day. Let's see. Number 7 on our list. Buy a water cistern. So some people have gutters. Some people have don't, but there is an opportunity if you have gutter system on your house to collect that extra rainwater. That can be used for your plants, whether it's a vegetable garden, a flower garden. You can use that water. There's Urban Landworks, which is a partner here on US Home Talk. They've done some really cool systems where they're collecting rainwater from the whole yard, the entire property, and it goes into this system, and then it's repurposed for irrigating the lawn and all sorts of things. There's, I think Shields in Eden Prairie, they've got a big sign in their bathroom that says their bathroom water or toilet water is used from all the water they collect from the roof when it rains, which I would imagine this year they've got a lot. They've got a lot because it's been raining a lot.
They're not taking the toilet water and repurposing it in the sink to wash your hands with?
I hope not, but I don't know. It all looks clean to me, so.
Yeah.
Number 8 on our list, use the ceiling fan, folks. Use the ceiling fan. We use ceiling fans all the time. The great room. We use them in our bedroom. It's a great way to keep that air circulating. And then in the winter, you reverse the motion of it, what direction it's going. So it can help with the winter and it can help with the summer. Ceiling fans work really, really well. Mike agrees.
Absolutely.
Mike agrees.
So a lot of times too, like I'm sure everyone's wife does this. Mine certainly does when I ask her to. Like in the old days, like the kings would be laying down, and then they'd have like the women would be like fanning them with these big like leaves off these big trees or like maybe something like that. Yeah. So when I get hot, I just have my wife do that, and it cools me off. It works really good.
There's no way Jen does that.
Your wife doesn't do that for you, Jason?
No.
Liz doesn't do that?
No.
Oh, honey, I'm kind of hot. You grab that big leaf over there and fan me with it? She doesn't do that?
No, she'll go turn the ceiling fan on, though.
Oh, okay. That's the next best option.
That's the next best option. Folks, best way to get hold of us anytime is our website, ushometalk.com. Be sure to check it out. We've got a real estate hotline number that's set up. You can call that number 24/7, 365. It's 612-234-7585. That is our real estate hotline number. Today we're talking about 10 ways to save on utility bills. Number 9 is invest in smart power strips. I'm not familiar with what that is. I'm assuming that it turns the power off when you're not using it, but there certainly is a lot of great technology out there. There's you think about kind of like you think about your phone. And if you have all these apps running in the background, do you need all of those apps running in the background? Probably not. And if you do, it's just burning up battery juice, right? Same thing goes with some of the appliances at your home. Obviously you got to keep the fridge on all the time, and you got to keep the freezer on all the time. But not all. Most appliances are used. Not that much time during the day, percentage of the day they're being used. So check out and look into smart power strips. And then this one, the 10th and final one on our list of 10 ways to save on your utility bills this summer. Don't use an irrigation schedule. So I think, and I'm guilty of this. Look, summer begins or the spring begins, and the guys come out and they get the irrigation system set up, and they kind of set it, and for whatever days of the week and however much times. So what I did this year, Overson, is, and this was before it started raining, but when they got it started up, because I felt like last year I was overwatering. It just, I felt like the lawn was too squishy at times, right? So I went in and I cut, with the exception of the front yard, I cut the irrigation time by half on all 7 zones, with the exception of the front yard. And now, granted, we've got a lot more rain this year than we did last year, but that schedule, and I've also found myself turning it off a number of times this year as well. The schedule isn't the best way if you're trying to conserve on water. You can take a look at things, maybe turn it off for a while. If it starts looking like it's getting dry, you can turn it back on. But don't feel like you've got to stick to that irrigation schedule.
Yeah, we turned ours off probably 6 weeks ago. Haven't turned it on since.
Oh, you haven't?
Not once.
Wow.
Yeah, so the party that we had there, like literally
Yeah.
it had not run for a month before that July 4th party that we had, and
That's
it's been
incredible.
completely fine. Yeah, it surprised me
looks
because
great.
yeah. So now it's like we're gonna go a couple weeks here probably without rain. So now we're probably gonna have to turn it back on here. But we do cycle it on and off quite often. We just kind of do the test, right? If it feels a little squishy out there, we turn it off, let it dry out a little bit. Once we can see it's drying out, maybe getting a little brown around the edges, then turn it back on. But yeah, it's one of those things where if you can turn it off because you're getting rain and stuff, just it's easy, right? You don't have to mess with the timing or anything. Just
turn it off.
literally just go on, turn it off. One little turn of the knob, and that's it.
There you go. Folks, we do appreciate you tuning in today. Best way to get a hold of us any time of the week, 24 hours a day, is our website, ushometalk.com. You can connect directly with Mike Overson at Illuminate Bank, Evan Little, Paragon Insurance, myself, Marcus, all of our fantastic partners. You can also find all of our previous shows that are on ushometalk.com. We're also streaming on all the streaming platforms, so catch us there as well. Real estate hotline number is 612-234-7585. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next week.